My last video talking about the UMG price increases really exploded on the internet. And like anything that explodes on the internet, it gets taken in a million different directions. I got emails, I got people talking and things, people were getting construed and people were going different directions. Yeah, so we ruffled some feathers. We made some noise, guys. But this video is an update with some great news at the end of the video. I'm also going to clarify on my first video because, like I said, anything that blows up in the internet always gets taken in a million different directions. So we're going to clarify that. And then we're going to share the good news with you guys. So I'm going to show you a clip from my morning show. If you guys watch my channel, I do a morning show every Tuesday morning where I go into detail about a lot of these things. And I'll be back to share some good news update there on the end. Check this out. Also, that video I posted last week.
Oh, let's talk about that because Nick.
I'm going to be doing I'm going to do a follow-up video about it because, man, that video caught all over the internet. It's getting spread around.
And he's talking about the video where he talked about the
price
increases with Universal.
Yeah. So I have not heard from UMG, but I got some emails, to say the least. I'm not going to say from who or from what or where, but some pretty high up emails. And I'm going to make a follow-up video. And I wanted to set a lot of the records straight because there was a lot of people who thought that I was talking about used records. There's people who are talking about trade-ins, and people who are talking about records that weren't UMG. They're talking about records that were record store day. And I wanted to clarify that it's not new releases. So because the video exploded, like a lot of things on the internet do, when they explode, there's a lot of misinformation that gets put in the comments and people think things.
Yeah.
So I'm going to kind of set it straight right now.
That's a good idea.
I'll do another follow-up video later in the week. But basically,
Nick did ruffle some feathers.
Which is good. That's the point. I wanted to ruffle some feathers because I'm fighting to keep vinyl affordable for everyone. It's not just for you guys, but it's for us. It's for stores. We get pinched in the middle because we know you guys have limited funds, but the record companies don't see it that way. So I'm fighting for affordable vinyl. So I ruffled some feathers. That's great. I hope they hear us. I hope that they bring the prices down. We'll see. It might happen. Number one, I saw some people thinking it was on used vinyl, and our used vinyl prices have not changed. I mean, we're not upping our used vinyl prices. They'll slowly go up like everything will.
Supply and demand.
Supply and demand.
All right.
Right now, supply is big. Summer's a great time to buy used records, buy used stuff because people are moving. They're downsizing. They're outside. They're having fun. They're not buying records. This isn't the record season. So, right now prices are a little low, and in the fall they'll go back up. So it's only on new catalog titles, which now I need to define what catalog titles are. So it's not so much the new records like every week that come out. It's titles that have been out previously for an extended period of time. So things that are 20, 30, 40 years old, or even items that are 5 years old, but we've sold a lot of them, like the Glass Animals. That record is far from their new release date.
Right.
They're catalog now, meaning we sell through them all the time. So all your catalog titles would be like Pink Floyd, Beatles, Rolling Stones. Those are catalog titles. But it also isn't all catalog titles because Pink Floyd isn't a UMG product. So
It's not.
It is not. So that was not included in what I was talking about.
Right.
So although it's 3,000 items, it's only the ones on this specific label. Now, obviously, when one label does it, the others look around and say, "Oh, are we low?" And they move their. So it is kind of a domino effect.
And there's a possibility that may happen.
It may happen. And I also want to say on those 3,000 items, a lot of them were $2, $3.
Correct. But some of them were $10.
I mean, I would say half of them were more than $5 or more. I mean, not all of them. When you say half of them are $5 or $10, that's a lot. It wasn't just the minority. It wasn't the minority. It was easy 30 to 50% were like $8, $10, $12, $15. Very few were 15. I only found a couple that were 15. But a heavy majority were 10. Heavy majority were 10. 40% of them were 10. 30% were 10. So, I mean, that's not just $3. If it was all $3, I wouldn't even made a video.
No.
If it was $2, $3, I wouldn't have even cared.
If you're talking a $30 album, it's going up $10. That's quite
That's a percentage. $26 albums going up $10. That's almost another 50%. It's another 40% on top. So that's a big deal. So had to set that straight. I will be making another video.
Clarification video.
Ray's saying Sony and Warner won't be far behind. Yes, like I said, the dominoes fall, and same thing happens with MoFi and Acoustic Sounds.
Sure.
They raise them $5, MoFi raise them $5. One raise them $5, the other raise them $5. They always go in $5 increments. They have for years, which is smart because then people understand it, and they raise them across the board. It's not like
pick and choose. It's
no, they don't pick and choose. They don't pick and choose. It's like, oh, all of our titles go up $5, which is like, okay, that's what it costs more to manufacture it. I get it. But when it's like, oh, this record went up $2.99, but the Beatles went up $10 a pop, and this record went up $15.
And what's the justification for that?
This one went up $3. It's like, whoa, what's going on here?
Yeah.
So, really want to put that. Oh, Record Store Day also. Those titles are not affected. So Record Store Day is its own entity, basically. And they go out and they make deals with these artists and these labels one by one, pick and choosing them, and then they put together the product, put together the pricing, and put together the whole thing and market it. They're like a marketing company, really. They're not really like a label. They're like they're kind of like a publicity company.
That is a good way to explain it.
That's how they consider themselves.
Right.
So they are not like. People are like, are the June titles gonna be more money? No, that's already done. It's already set.
Those are
and this
correct.
It doesn't affect that. So, yeah, that's kind of. I wanted to set the record straight. I'll be making another video that I don't know if it probably won't go as crazy as the last one did, but yeah. So wanted to set that straight and make sure everybody knows that it's catalog new. UMG, not Record Store Day, not Sony, not Warner, not used. Not, all that stuff and what exactly
specifically Universal
what
at this time.
So don't go bad mouthing Record Store Day. Don't go bad mouthing Sony or Warner or even MoFi. They haven't done anything wrong yet. But it's good that we keep these guys in check, guys.
It is.
It's good that we speak our opinion. It's good that we get these videos out. It's good that you guys rally behind it and say what you feel in the comments. They see that. They're watching it.
Yeah.
That's good. That's what we need. And you guys made that possible right here on the Toad Hall channel. We hit over 4,000 subscribers this week.
Wow.
4,000 subscribers.
Nick said he was going to make chocolate chip cookies when that happened.
I'm going to have to go get some chocolate chip cookies for the team. I'm going to have to get some cookies or something for everybody. So, just by joining the channel, by subscribing, by watching, you make your voices heard.
Yeah.
I mean, really, this is a vinyl community, and you guys getting in the chat, being part of the thing, being part of my videos, being part of the channel, I'm connected somewhat, an email away from these people in these positions. And my job isn't to badmouth them. Obviously, I know everyone in the industry works hard, especially they do a lot of work behind the scenes.
But when something does happen, it's good that somebody does talk about it and make people realize what's happening.
Yeah. And
because otherwise, people would just have, viewers, buyers, whomever, would be like, wasn't this album just $26 last week and all of a sudden it's $40? What's up with that?
Yeah.
This gives you an idea of what's happening, which in the long run...
Most of the time is good.
Most of the time. But in the long run, may end up with some other companies hearing about this and going,
whoa, maybe we should...
Ooh, maybe $15 increase
maybe
is
just
not
$3,
a good idea.
Maybe just a couple bucks,
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. And, we should praise the people who do a good job. Look at Record Store Day.
Yeah.
I mentioned them in the video, but look at the pricing on their stuff. They sold a Doors box set for $80, 4 LP box. They sold, they've really done a good job of listening to feedback.
Yeah.
And making good on it.
I think the Sam Phillips is either 12 or 16. I picked up a copy from the last Record Store Day. $16.
They made their mistakes, though. They made their mistakes and they fixed them. That's the point I'm trying to make. They had, we still have them. I'll go grab one. They had a Maroon 5 Memories 45 that came out a few years ago. You know what? Let me just go grab this thing.
Okay.
It is so absurdly priced that I still have them.
Oh, we have tons of comedy albums down in our
Here you go.
basement talking
Here's a
about that.
Maroon 5 Memories 7-inch box that came out for Record Store Day 20, drop one. It's $40
Ooh,
for a 7-inch. Now, I think there's a book in here, and I know it's probably colored, but they learned.
that
You know, the point is they've been there in the
watch
early
out.
days. They used to
Knocked over a bunch
in the early days they used to do a lot of box sets. They were expensive. They don't do they do box sets, but they're not outrageously expensive. They do rec for 7 inches, but they're not $40. You know, they learned because you guys spoke and we made our everything known. So, you know, speaking up is a good thing. We need to do it and use, you know, and you guys being part of this, the whole thing is great. So, you know, hats off to those guys. Hats off to, you know, Mobile Fidelity and Acoustic Sounds who do a great job. And I understand, you know, Mobile Fidelity is in a tighter spot because they don't make their own records. So they're more sensitive to price increases. Acoustic Sounds produces their own records. I think they're starting to make their own jackets. So they own more of the supply chain, which means their prices don't affect them as fast as much. But they've both done a good job. So there's a lot of people in the industry doing a really great job. But you know, it's great that you guys speak up, watch this, be a part of the group, be a part of the conversation, and they're listening. The labels, they're watching
Yeah.
our channel, they're listening. So, you know, my job isn't to badmouth them. My job is to make sure that they stay on the right track and that we can all enjoy this hobby together because it's great. I love the community. It's awesome. So we just need to, you know, keep it positive, praise them for what they do right, and you know, try to suggest where they're messing up.
yeah.
You know,
And they're not going to know
people speak up.
unless people speak up. Absolutely.
I mean, if like I said, if we don't speak up about prices going through the roof and we don't like it, you know, they need to know about that. And then on their side, they need to justify it. You know, hey, our manufacturing costs went up by this much. We bumped the price $3. Cool. 95% of the people in my feed would be like, I get that.
Yeah.
Gas doubled. So,
Yeah.
you know, 20%, you know, extra $3. I get that. They need to you can't just slap it. $15. It's like, oh, you know, if you're going to do that to us, you better tell us why, or you better give us a superior product. Like if they would have taken the Beatles, for example, the $26 Beatles, and they would have given us the monos back that are far superior to stereo remasters, no one would have barked. Because they're going for like $150 right now.
Wow.
So everyone been like, give us the good stuff if you're going to charge us $1 million. They'll be all right with that.
But then again, you also have the market that's
just getting started.
just getting started. That's
And they don't
going,
wanna spend
why do I want to
36?
spend $36 on this album when I could get another one for 26 or so.
I think that video very fairly illustrates kind of what was misconstrued in my first video. I used vinyl catalog, all that kind of stuff. Who's to blame, who's not, that kind of stuff. So at the time of filming that morning show, I did not do a little more digging into the investigation of the MSRP and what actually happened. Well, now, later in the week here, I had some time and I did some digging, and the titles actually didn't go up that high. Interesting how from that first email I got to what actually happened are two different things. That email said those records were going up $10. They, in fact, went up $5. Interesting. Obviously, the majority of the titles that I talked about, the 2,000 or 3,000 titles, a lot of them only went up $2, $3, $4. The ones that went up $10, I noticed only went up about $5. And that $15 Glass Animals ended up going up about $5. So, did they hear us? Did we make a difference? Perhaps. I know that a lot of stores were giving pushback. It's not just me and this channel, but other record stores were making some noise about it. So that's great to hear. I also did a little more investigation. I called my distributor and inquired, and I said, you know, hey, why didn't they go up? Was there a price change? Did Universal change it? Did you guys change it? And it just basically said that, you know, hey, that's great news. They didn't go up $10. They went up $5. I'm going to leave it at that. Like I said, guys, I'm not going to do any more digging. You you know, the result is something that's favorable for everyone, for the labels, for the distributors, for the stores, for the consumers. I'm not here to play the blame game, find out who was doing what. It doesn't matter. Like I said, a lot of these people, I'm not here to attack Universal or distributors or stores or anybody. I'm just trying to protect affordable vinyl for you guys, the consumers, and for us as stores. Make sure everybody gets a fair shake. So yeah, pretty interesting though. We won this battle. It's a small battle for affordable music. Maybe we made a difference on the channel. Maybe the video, I know it got seen by quite a few people. It got shared around the internet, and some higher ups saw it. Maybe that had to do with it. Maybe it was just more store pushback. Maybe you guys told your store to make some noise, and maybe that happened too. So in any case, it's a big vinyl community, and we all are part of it, and it's a lot of fun. And thanks so much for watching the channel. We made it to 4,000 subscribers. Huge deal for us. And obviously, check out that morning show. We talk a lot about Record Store Day and new vinyl and used vinyl and all the things happening in our little corner of the world. So thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Hopefully I have better, even more awesome news. It's just really cool news to share with you guys. So thanks so much. See you soon.